What's up, you guys? This is Justin here. And in this video, I am going to explain what making $186,000 in 1 hour taught me. After I tell you how I actually got paid that amount of money in 1 hour, you're gonna be like, come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Because honestly, that 1 hour consisted of me picking up a check from the escrow office, and like the Magnus Title Agency, and Arizona, and then driving to my bank and then depositing it because I sold the property. So obviously making $186,000 in an hour is doable as long as you put some planning and patience into it. But obviously it didn't take just 1 hour. I had a lot of months of planning and patience that went into it. And of course, I want to teach you how I got this result and how I was able to make that amount of money, technically speaking, but not really in that particular time frame. It was a really good title though for the video, so I had to use it. I'm going to explain to you what making this amount of money taught me within that 60-minute time frame, even though honestly a lot of prep work, a lot of leg work, and like basically 24 months of energy and time went into creating that result. However, during that 24-month time period, I'm just guessing, I'll think real quick. I made between $60,000 and $60,000, between $60,000 and $72,000 worth of rent over that 24-month period, which is sweet, on top of the 186. And part of that 186 was originally $18,000 of a seed deposit. So you got to subtract that too. So much math taking place. But my point is, I want to share with you 4 major tips for beginners when it comes to investing in real estate, because real estate is incredible. I think 9 out of 10 people who become like liquid or cash or actually just net worth millionaires it's predominantly because of real estate. And after the last 2 years, I can personally validate that and see why. Because you just get so many benefits when you own houses or apartments or giant buildings that have people living in it paying you rent. So tip number 1 is know your credit. If you don't know your credit, you can get your credit scores for free, I believe, from there's some link, I'll put it here in the video, so you can get your free annual credit report. I just choose to pay $25 per month with Experian.com, and I'm not sponsoring them or promoting them. I'm just saying that's what I personally use, because every 30 days for that $25, you get a lot of benefits, but the main reason I get it is you get your actual credit score from Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion on that particular platform. I just pulled my credit like the other day, or actually a mortgage broker did, and I have like a 770 for the housing FICO score. There's so many different, for all 3 bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian. There's all different types of FICO scores. Like there's one for your auto, like an auto, a credit card, and house that uses different algorithms. What you basically need to know is they take a look at your credit lines that you have open, how much of your credit you're currently using. So it's like a ratio. So if you're using like $3,000 out of like a $10,000 credit line, that means your utilization rate is like 30%. The other huge thing they look at is history, like your average account age. So they take together all of your accounts, auto accounts, mortgage accounts, credit card accounts. They throw it together and they determine the average age. And the longer that is, the better for you. And they also take a look at if you have any late payments or derogatory collections or anything like that, that stuff that you'd want to try to settle or get rid of, so that's off your report, because that can destroy your credit, prevent you from buying a house completely. Number 2, obviously, know your liquid income. If you're a W-2 employee, keep track of your year-end summaries for your W-2s, or if you're a business owner, know your profits. And here's an interesting tip for you. If you're self-employed and you really want to get into real estate, don't deliberately go out and buy extra things that you can write off to reduce your tax liability, because you might kill your liquid income when you do that, thereby saving taxes. But mortgage brokers and lenders use your gross income that you report to the IRS to determine what your ability to buy a house would be, and they do this by a debt to income ratio. So the higher your gross taxable income, the more options you're going to have to buy houses, the more you're going to be able to borrow from a lender or a bank. So just think about that up front if you're a self-employed person and you're looking for ways to accumulate losses to reduce your tax rate. That doesn't work well when you're trying to go into real estate, unless your liquid income is extraordinarily high, and that's where you want to be, where you can take as many write-offs as possible that are obviously, of course, legitimate and legal. And then but you get what I'm trying to say. But if you're right on the cuff there, you want to pay attention to that. The next thing is know your total personal debts. Know exactly what your personal debts are, add it together, your car payment, your student loans, your credit cards, or anything else related, maybe personal loans, etc., or your mortgage. Actually, scratch that. this is to get a mortgage. So as far as your other personal debts, try to refinance those to lower the monthly payments on them and lower the interest rates if possible, if you can, if you're trying to buy real estate, because the lower, or try to pay them off completely if that is an option for you, because the lower those debts are, the easier it is for you to get qualified to borrow a bunch of money from a lender so that you can buy a house and start making $186,000 checks like me. Just kidding. You wish you were as cool as me. I mean, a lot of people do. I mean, I don't like to brag about it too much, but sometimes I have to. It's, you know, I am proof of concept though. Like, honestly, like if you follow this channel, I talk about real estate a lot, and like every other time, like every other video, I talk about why you should do real estate, just because I've been doing it for a while now and it really works well. But yeah, to get back on topic, you want to know your total debts. You want to try to pay those off or refinance them at lower interest rates so that more of your payment every month is going to principal, less to interest, and also making it easier for you, of course, to get qualified on a house for a mortgage. The one thing to remember though is if you refinance debts, it usually closes the previous account and opens up a new account. So on your credit reports, on your credit scores, it's going to lower the average age of accounts, which will negatively affect your score a little bit and lower your points a little bit. I remember when I refinanced my house recently, it paid off, of course, the old mortgage account, which got closed, and opened up a brand new one, and it did lower my credit score by double digits. And it didn't last forever. I think after a couple months it went back up, but it did lower my score for like 10 to 12 points. It kind of surprised me. And it didn't matter because it didn't like push me out of the excellent bracket into the good bracket, but it's just something to be aware of. The next major thing is know your loan options. Pick up a book on lending or real estate and look at the loan options. Familiarize yourself with those. There's FHA loans that certain people can qualify for, where you only have to put down 3.5% on a house, which isn't bad. And then you have regular conventional loans where you can do 5% down, which is what I like to do. And then you just pay something called private mortgage insurance. It's an extra expense every month, but if you run your situation like I do, it's absolutely worth it to just pay the extra whatever fee is for that to put down a lower amount of money. And it also gets you in the door by leveraging 95% from the bank. And this can be a very, very good thing to do if you know what you're doing and you follow this channel and you take my advice. The other thing you can do, of course, you can put 10%, 15, 20% down as a conventional, or if you're a veteran, you can do a 0% down loan where they actually also, I believe, pay your closing costs up to an extent as well. They have a VA loan if you were in the military. So really good things to keep in mind. That's all for this video. I hope you got a ton of value out of the 4 quick tips I shared with you for real estate for beginners, the 4 things you need to know in order to prepare yourself to have $186,000 paydays like I just recently had, which was tax-free, by the way, because primary residence, 24 plus months. So smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you like this content. Enable the notifications, turn those on, and I will be part of your daily routine. I would love to have that. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.